Welcome to the Blacklist, guys. This time we're coming at you with a WOT replay with the Jagdpanzer E100, the German Tier 10 tank destroyer. It's just another planet destroyer at Tier 10. So, the equipment I have on this tank is rammer, vents, and the improved aiming device. And I also run chocolate with it because there's no point running a fire extinguisher with it, really. Standard rounds, the penetration's 289 to 299 with an average damage between 787 and 1313. Gold rounds, same standard damage, but the penetration is 420. Obviously the weak points on this are the superstructure with a high caliber gold round and the lower plate. So we're on fjords. We've got some really decent players and we've got some mediocre players. So I'm pressing up in this position, hoping to try and catch someone out as they press down. Spotting a 1-2-1 there. I'm really trying to get in a nice position where I can get some nice early damage in, maybe get a cheeky ammo rack. But I'm trying to protect my lower plate, and as you can see, I'm moving it in the opposite direction of the enemy all the time. I'm really trying to pay attention to the mini-map, which is very important. I was unlucky enough to turn my reticle away there. As that Projecto 65 came down. Took a clutch shot on the Object 277, didn't do any damage to him at all. As you can see, when I'm backing off, I'm keeping my lower plate away. So the 277's now come back again. I'm still on that reload. Bit of a long reload on this one. So I've obviously altered my position again, trying to keep my lower plate safe. As he's backing off, I've snapped another one into him, 870 this time penetrating. And as you can notice, I'm really trying to protect that lower plate. He's obviously now switched to gold and he's penned my superstructure because that's the only place I can see. Rather, he can see. So I'm now backing up because I've noticed a push on the right hand side. You've got 2684 pushing around, a WZ5A and a T57 heavy. Now, notice my positioning. I'm looking for a shot here. I've seen the 2684. I do not understand something here. I hit him directly in that lower plate and it still bounced. So as you can see, I've altered my position again. Blocked one from the T57, blocked two from the T57. That's three from the T57 I've blocked just because I'm altering my angle as I'm reversing up. So I'm now loaded. So I was looking for maybe catching a WZ5A out, but the T57 has popped his way around, so I've slightly altered my aim. 1039. Now as you notice, I'm using standard rounds here. I'm not using the gold rounds. So I'm backing up again. This time I'm facing the T57 because I know he's gone round the corner and he can't see me. So we've got a bit of hate from the Leopard going on, which is usual. So unfortunately that shell has walked up. So I'm going to stay in the same position because the WZ5A is not interested in me in any way, shape or form, which is actually quite nice because he'll be penning my superstructure all day long. So I'm waiting for that reload again and he's on that slope. I don't know why he's decided to press, but I got an absolute perfect shot straight into his pike nose, which penetrated. So we've now stopped them from pushing this right hand side of the flank. So I'm now going to press back down again to see if I can support anybody in the middle. Unfortunately, because of the size of the Jagdpanzer E100, the speed is not all that. I'm going like 24-25 kilometers. So yeah, it's not that fast, but the damage it does and the armor that it's got is absolutely fantastic. So there's that 277 that was penning me earlier. I'm just going to get that gun out of the game. So that's my second kill of the game. So I'm now on the reload again. The E4's still on that slope. I'm going to backs and forwards. Now, pay special attention to this 121B. So, Projecto 65's there. Unfortunately, I wasn't loaded in time. Bounced the Jagdpanzer E100. Now got the impregnable achievement. There's the 121. I looped that in just above the right rear of his tracks and took him out. So I've obviously secured that kill and got another gun out of the game. So it's a bit backwards and forwards at the moment. We were 7-8, it's now 7-9. I don't know whether you guys are interested, but my W rate's currently 3,406 at the moment, with a decent efficiency of 2,454. Now, I make a bit of an error here. I reversed out when I already knew that I'd taken a bouncing shot, that I blocked a shot rather, from the Jagdpanzer E100. What I should have done was reversed up left a bit more and then turned around. So again, I've noticed the push that the enemies are making on our base to try and get a sneaky cap out or maybe catch us in the back. So I've turned around, hoping to try and catch this T100 LT, but unfortunately I've not managed to do it. EBR5's now in the cap. Now the Progetto has decided that he's going to rush me, so I've put 1,002 into him and bounced a shot, and luckily my E3 behind me has taken him out. So again, I'm altering my angle, I'm trying to use my armour the most effective way possible. T100 LT still firing shots in me, but the most he's doing is taking out my tracks. So at this point I've got steel wall for blocking 3,490 damage, and I'm currently at 4,502 damage. So I've just crested the ridge, taken out the EBR 105, secured yet another kill. Even though I'm not, you know, taking maximum amounts of damage from these small kills that I'm securing, it's doing things to stop them, like capping, so there's a gun out of the game and things like that. But at the moment we're down to an E4, an E3 and me. So the E3's in the middle and he's now taking out a T57 heavy. So I'm now pressing down again looking for this T100 LT. So I'm keeping my frontal plate angled away from him, so all he's doing at the moment is he's taking out my tracks. Now there's the T100 LT, so I swing round, I've got repairs on this, and I bounced off of his tracks. I'm not sure how this shell bounced off his tracks, but if you notice I'm backing up to try and keep my back to the wall, but the E3 saved me again. That's twice this E3 has saved me. That's Nastu Canny 27 in the E3. Great player, great team player. He really saved my bacon twice there. I'm, you know, utterly pleased with that guy. He's just so good. So what I've decided to do now was to try and push up here, because what I was thinking at this point was that maybe the Jagdpanzer was pushing over the top. But the moment I saw him, I realised that he was actually in the middle. So I got a well played from the E4, so I've put you two in chat. You know, trying to like keep things nice. Unfortunately, the E4 got taken out and he's a bit like, what the fuck? The reason behind it was I pushed back to try and stop the Agaroo's press from coming in behind, but he actually came up in the middle and took him out. So sorry about that, E4. I do apologise, mate, but it was a 50-50 shot. So of course I'm backing up again, keeping my lower plate away. I was over angled when I was backing up there. So my mindset here was they're probably both going to come down this way. So what I've decided to do is reverse up all the way around the corner so I can't get shot on the back. And I'm going to press over the back, round about C2 area, and drop down in that dip and come up into the rock to my right in D1. So I'm moving as fast as I can. You may notice that I've got the unique style on here, but this replay was actually before the holiday ops started. So I just got this in the loot boxes, and obviously me doing the replay, it's got the unique style on it, but at the time of the replay I didn't have it. So I'm pressing through the trees, knocked over a tree there, bit of a mistake, and I've noticed that the Jagdpanzer E100 is in the distance. So I'm now on my gold rounds because I've ran out of standard. So I'm just aiming in, waiting for him to stop, put it straight into his superstructure, got a really dangerous gun out of the game, and then you can see the E3 in the chat saying good job. So I'm now on 5 kills and a W8 of 6,660 and an efficiency of 7,827. So yeah, it's going good so far. So now I'm playing a bit of cat and mouse with this other Jagdpanzer E100. He's got 1 kill on the board so far. So I'm basically trying to use this rock, protect my lower plate, protect myself as much as possible. So I'm sitting here. So the Death Star and the E3 are all trying to tell me where he's coming from. So I've backed up and I've blocked a shot from the Jagdpanzer E100 on my tracks, which is great. I'll take that track damage all day long. So I'm now reversing up yet again. Sorry, my dog's just caught my attention. And I'm reversing up again and just trying to see if I can see where he is. My teammates that have died have actually stayed in the game and they're trying to help me out here. So that's absolutely fantastic. So I'm reversing up again. So I've made the decision that maybe he's going to go along the F line, go into the dip and come up round behind me and try and take me out. So I wasn't too sure whether I wanted to stay here in the cover or not. So the E3 saying he's blind shooting. He doesn't know where you are. So I've not seen any trees gone down. I can't see any evidence that he's pushing across. So I'm kind of thinking about maybe I should push left here, but not 100% sure. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to back off behind the cover, and now I've decided to like go down. So I'm dropping down in the dip, trying to give myself as much cover from the right hand side as possible, just in case he is there in those bushes, side scraping off of one of the tanks, or even the enemy Jagdpanzer E100. So now I thought what I'll do is I'll push up here, just have a sneaky look to see if he is coming that way, because if he is, then I've got the advantage on him. So the Death Star is saying he's at the stone. He's saying give MU, I haven't got a clue what that is, and he's saying don't go back. So what I've decided to do is, rather than totally ignore his advice, I thought I'd pop up here just to see what was going on, just to see if I could see any evidence of him coming, and if not, then go back. So as you can see, I'm pressing up here. So I've had a look. There's no evidence of him coming this way. So I kind of figured, right, he's not coming that way, so he's going to use the tree line and try and push in the opposite direction. At this point, I've still got gold loaded. I try not to use gold in this tank too much because you just don't need it. Unless I'm coming up against, you know, an enemy Jagdpanzer E100 or a mouse or something like that, or a 705A that's side scraping. I try and use standard or HE for the lightly armoured tanks. So I've still got gold loaded. I'm pressing up over here just to see if I could spot him. I'm just cresting this ridge line, and there he is. He showed himself on 272 hit points. Now I make a bit of a schoolboy error here. I'm actually backing up to try and get away from him, and I've actually stopped just to threaten him a bit, and I've backed up into the building. So I've angled away from him, but I didn't angle enough just to see if he'd come up. So I'm still backing up. He's playing quite a good game, but he's left himself at a disadvantage where he has to show his lower plate while coming up. I've taken a blind shot, no dice. So the Death Star's now saying to me HE, so I've switched to HE. So they're still giving me a lot of support at the moment, which is actually really great. And they're telling me different positions to go, and some of them are better players than me, so I am going to listen. I'm certainly not the best player in the world, so I'm now loading HE. HE is now loaded, so I'm just basically looking for that shot. So as long as I hit him anywhere in the superstructure, I'll be able to take him out. So the E3 again giving me support, saying use HE. So I'm now pressing up behind this building just to see if I can see him. Can't see him at the moment, but I'm spotted. So he's still got to be in that tree line, or he's just underneath the ridge in front of that house. So here we go. So I'm now thinking about what to do here, whether I should drop down the side there. I kind of thought that was a bit too close to him and I might get caught, depending on what distance he was at. Because if he was cresting the ridge line, he could take me out. So here you go again. So I'm now reversing up. I've made sure I've reversed up so I've got the house between myself and him, stopping him from getting any lucky shots away. So I've now dropped down, and as you can notice, I've actually kept my distance from me and him. So the time has just gone off for 1 minute. So we've both got 1 minute to take him out. So you can see the E3 in chat. He's going good luck. I think he was contemplating cresting the ridge line, but I was too close to being underneath him and I would have taken him out. So I've now altered my angle again. You can see him trying to do the same thing. We're both side scraping off this rock. So I'm looking at the slightest bit of his superstructure to take him out. So here we go. So there you go. There you go. What a shot. So I obviously got Top Gun for that. But I'll take you over to the post-game stats in a minute. But there's a couple of important things that I really want to highlight. Number one, the equipment. The improved aiming device and the vents and rammer, I think, are key, along with the chocolate. It speeds everything up, and it's just something you need. And also, I was in a 1 versus 2 situation, but I used my surroundings, such as the rocks, the trees, the natural inclines. Try and use all that. But guys, what I'm going to do is now I'm going to take you over to the post-game stats so you can see exactly how it. Hey guys, and welcome to the post-game stats as promised. As you can see, that was an ace tanker. I've got shell proof, dual lists, and fire for effect. We'll go through the credits and experience in a moment. I got steel wall as well, and the reason why I got steel wall is because I blocked 4090 by my armor, and I obviously got the top gun for my 6 kills. Now, if you have a look at the detailed report, I did 5232 damage. We've already talked about the block in there. I secured my 6 kills, and I fired 14 shots. And I, penetrated quite a few of them. So I got 42,000 here for the standard battle, but I completed a personal mission, so I ended up with an extra 128,333, which meant my profit after resupply was 111,000. All in all, I really enjoyed this game for a number of reasons. The Jagdpanzer is an absolute beast in the right hands, but there was a couple of other reasons why I enjoyed this game. The E3 especially, I've already talked about him. Master Canny was really quite helpful, and so was the Death Star player. The Death Star player had a bit of a bad game, but he stayed in the game and he was really helpful. He wasn't negative. They were helping me out, telling me which positions to go, and that just proves that most of the community will help other people out. Which is absolutely fantastic. So, guys, I've started my YouTube channel again after a long layoff. My personal situation with health and things like that meant that I couldn't put as much time into my YouTube channel as I wanted, so I kind of shut my YouTube channel down. But I've now started it back up again. It's got a brand new look. I'm now starting to do replays again on World of Tanks, Diablo, Hearthstone and things like that. And you also may notice that there's a bunny in the top right hand corner in your screen. I just want to go out on the limb and say that this is not a paid advertisement. I'm not paid by Sneak in any way, shape or form to sell their products. I use their products. It's in-game energy. It's designed for gamers, and it's all natural products, unlike some of the other top brands out there. The link's going to be in the description with a referral link, so you can go on there, have a look. There's an introductory offer where you get 5 free sachets and a shaker. But as I say, it's designed for gamers, so it's perfect for when you're playing World of Tanks. Also, I've got a Twitch channel, and the link will be in my description, and also on my About Me info, there's also a link to my Twitch channel on there, so please come and check me out. But most of all, guys, if you liked the videos, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down, but tell me why in the description so I can improve. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Alright guys, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to catch you soon on the battlefield.